want to tell you guys a little bit about this crazy, stupid deal I was in last week, and it's continued to drag on this week. So, I guess mid-December, I drove by this duplex, looked it up, it looked like trash, happened to know the owner. So I call the owner, I'm like, hey, what's going on with it? Turns out they had lived in the property for 13 plus years, bought it owner financed, had basically ran it to the ground, never did any repairs to it, never took care of it. And then they moved out because the repairs got too bad. And they were still making payments on it. So we ended up coming to the agreement they were going to sell me the property for I had them come in my office, we called their lender, found out what they owed, made a deal. I was going to buy it for 18 grand. And it was full of trash. I called Ryan Faircloth at Junk Clean, my homie, sponsoring Investor Weekend. Good guy. So I called them, got a 30-yard dumpster over there, filled it up in a couple hours. Got the second one. Filled that one up. Had one of my laborers over there, Harold. We got it cleaned out. Fucked up, didn't have it in my contract. Should have had that in my contract. But we had the owner's permission. The owner was there helping us for somewhat of it. They made a couple excuses why they couldn't be there. Kind of dragged it out. But got it done, emptied out in 2 days. In that 2-day period, I made this decision. I am not pulling private money on this. I am not going to buy it. It is too far gone. I'm going to assign it. So we found a buyer, lined that up, had to get a title cleaned up because they had gone through 2 bankruptcies, jerked this private seller around, the girl that they bought from owner finance, the whole 9 yards. So finally get the HUD back. Girl owes $5 grand in taxes, and her lender says she owes 16 grand. I was supposed to buy it for 18. This girl's got 21 in bills. So tell her, hey, you need to call your private lender or your mortgage holder and get this thing straightened out. She calls her, starts screaming at her, doesn't get anywhere. So I'm like, finally, I'm pissed because I got a couple grand tied up into this for cleaning it out, and the deal's about to die and kind of screw me over on it. So call her. Finally, I get the mortgage holder's number and get the mortgage cleaned up and get it negotiated down to where the girl can break even and just walk. She gets pissed, says she's not doing it, she's not making any money. And at this point, I got literally a couple grand tied up into dumpsters and laborers to get it cleaned out for her. I've lined up an assignment fee, the whole 9. So I'm kind of frustrated with her. I'm like, you need to get this taken care of. You need to. Like, I'm going to have to go record. Like, this is going to be a problem. So that was Monday. Finally, I go and get the mortgage holder's number. I get the mortgage holder. I have to go back again and get them negotiated down. So this seller can make $1,000 after they've been financially irresponsible the entire time. 2 bankruptcies, never paid property taxes, never put a dime into this property, and they paid on it for 13 plus years. It was literally about to go to the tax sale. Just nonsense. So finally I get a clear title. We can get it closed. We closed on it Thursday. So I had a couple signs out, or a couple signs for other properties I had to put out yesterday. So I happened to drive by this place, and I know I sold it to a Hispanic gentleman named Santiago. There is 4 trashy looking white people sitting on this front porch, smoking and drinking, looked all methed out. And I'm like, I'm a pretty common sense kind of guy. Those definitely don't look like Santiago's people. So I call him, and he's like, no. He's kind of mousy, quiet Hispanic guy. Obviously, doesn't want any problems. So I call him. I'm like, hey, Santiago, I think you got some people trespassing on your property. He's like, yeah, they're definitely not supposed to be there. I'm like, well, I don't really have the authority to call the cops on them. It's not my deal. I don't have a dog in this fight. I was just calling you to look out for you. So I rolled by there and rolled down my window, and I say to him, hey, y'all know you're not supposed to be here. You're trespassing. What are you doing? And they start screaming at me. My dad bought this place, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, the hell he didn't. Because I know for a fact, I literally just closed on this with Santiago Thursday. So, girl starts getting lippy with me. I'm like, listen, I don't want to have to call the police. Whole 9 yards. And they're like, well, they called their dad. Apparently the dad had signed a rent-to-own agreement with the previous seller on Wednesday. And this bitch closed on it with us Thursday. She took a couple $100 from them on a rent-to-own and then closed on it and gave us clear and marketable and warranty deed Friday. Saying she's made no other guarantees or promise and warranties that no one else has to make claim to this. So the cops end up coming down there and talking to us. And the cop's like, I kind of feel bad. They got taken advantage of. I'm like, they're criminally trespassing at this point. They're not supposed to be on the property. They have no rights to it. The house isn't even habitable. It needed at least 15, 20 grand worth of work for it to be livable. I'm like dumbfounded. I had a sinus infection. This house was so gross that we took 2 30-yard dumpsters out of it. Rats, food debris. There's no fridges, no stoves, no appliances. It's a disgusting house. And these people were trying to live in it and like squatting it. I'm just dumbfounded at this. So basically the Chattanooga police officer came to the agreement of these people have 24 hours to go. If not, at 6 o'clock today, they're going to be arrested for trespassing because they know they're not supposed to be there. Like, I had to go down there with the HUD settlement statements and closing docs and all this nonsense to prove that they have no rights to this property. And like, I have to stand, I kind of feel bad because I literally just sold it to a guy on an assignment of contract the other day. Hispanic gentleman, never owned any property in America. No, he was very concerned somebody else would make a claim to it because I told him it kind of extended out a couple days where I had to clear up the title and get extra releases of mortgages. And then this chick turns around and commits fraud, 100% blatant fraud, selling it to these people on a rent-to-own agreement behind our backs. It's not valid. It doesn't stand. She doesn't have any right to sell it that way. She had already promised the equity in writing to other people. Like, it's a race to record state. They had nothing recorded, no documents, no nothing. It's just mind-blowing what people think they can get away with over a couple bucks. So, if you think wholesaling's easy, this is the shit I deal with.